This is Texans TV.
Which Texans player will be on the deep slant this week?
I mean, sure, you can claim that I won an Emmy. I don't think I did too much.
And what's happening with Puro Texans? Texans 360 starts now.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll. Touchdown.
Guess when you think you've seen it all, there's always something else.
Welcome into Texans 360. I'm your host, Deepi Sidhu. The Houston Texans were on a bye week. We were not. You were not. And so we're back with another great show like we always do. I caught up with a Houston Texans player in the deep slant. That'll be coming up. Also, we've got the latest episode of Puro's Texans. But first, it's a big week against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we turn to none other than our very own John Harris for his Harris Hurry Up.
It's time for the Performance Report, brought to you by Hyundai. Week 9 brings a visit to Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-6, just as the Texans are, but that one for the Texans was against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, 4 weeks ago, same team? Kinda. Offensively, the Jaguars are going to be a little bit different, especially the most important position of all, that being quarterback. They'll go with former Oregon State Beaver star and a rookie, Jake Luton, 6'7", 240, big arm. The last time the Texans played a rookie with a big arm like this, it was Drew Lock, and he and the Broncos put up 31 in the first half on a much better defense than the Texans had in 2019. But Lock's aggressive, throwing the ball down the field, the velocity with which he threw gave the Texans some issues. Defensive back didn't time things right, and that's what Luton will do. He will give them some issue because of the velocity on his throws. He still has DJ Chark, and in the backfield, he's got James Robinson. So Luton is going to have himself some weapons. It's just a matter of the Texans defense showing him some things he's never seen before. That's going to be key, because if you show him enough things and he panics, that turns into an extra possession or 2 or 3 because of turnovers. On the other side of the ball, the Jaguars expect to have Josh Allen back. He's one of the better young pass rushers in the NFL. The Jaguars severely missed him the last time they played the Texans. They should also have C.J. Henderson back. The rookie out of Florida is a future lockdown corner. Now, he's made some mistakes as a rookie, but he still is one of the better athletes the Texans receivers are going to face this year. But the Texans have got to be able to run the ball. And rookie Devon Hamilton in the middle is going to be a big, huge piece to have to try and move. The Texans are going to have to do it. With Caleb Chase on the rookie on the edge, Allen on the other edge, Hamilton in the middle, Schobert and Miles Jack also back who didn't play against the Texans. The Jaguars are well suited to stop the run. The Texans have to run. They have to find some balance in this offense. That, to me, is going to be the key. The Jags really slow down the run game, and it becomes one-dimensional for the Texans. It could be a tough and long day in Duval County. If the Texans can move the football on the ground with Duke and David Johnson, and the passing attack is clicking, this is a hard, difficult offensive attack to stop. Let's hope that is more the truth on Sunday than the other way around.
It's week 9. Both of these teams, the Jaguars and the Texans, battling it out for their second win of the season. I had a chance to catch up with JP Shadrick as things have changed for the Jaguars since the last time these two teams met. This week on Enemy Sideline, presented by Microsoft Teams, my good friend JP Shadrick. He's the senior reporter. He does everything for Jaguars Radio Network. JP, seems like just a few weeks ago we were chatting, and here we are again after the bye. So 1-6, both these teams not exactly where they want to be. What about the Jags heading into the second half of the season? This is usually where teams like to reset over the bye. What are the Jags talking about?
No, I mean, there's been a lot of things to talk about over the last week or so. And yes, it has not been that long since we last spoke, and it's good to be back with you again. Quarterback, obviously, is the big topic around here. After a 6-game losing skid going into the bye week, it was announced around Tuesday or Wednesday that Gardner Minshew apparently had a couple of small breaks in the thumb in his throwing hand that might have happened in the Houston game a few weeks ago, and he's trying to play through it. They found out about it after the Chargers game And now it sounds like it's going to be Jake Luton as the starting quarterback this week, a 6th-round rookie out of Oregon State. Mike Glennon is still on the roster, of course. He's a veteran quarterback in this league, has some starting time, but not a lot of it. But hearing Doug Marrone talk this week, sounds like Luton's going to get his opportunity, certainly on the practice field this week, to get those reps. And they just want to see him in live game action. They haven't been able to do that without a preseason.
What do they like about Luton's skill set? What do they hope that he brings to this offense?
Well, I'll say this. In training camp this year, the few times we were out there to watch some of those open practices, he did turn some heads with his ability to push the ball down the field and his arm strength. He's a tall guy, 6'6", so he can see over everything. And he took that 6th year of eligibility that the NCAA granted him at Oregon State and used it to his advantage last year. 28 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions a year ago for Oregon State. And there were a lot of folks out there on the West Coast that said, hey, this guy, look out for Luton. He has the ability to keep up, at least in the NFL. Now, as I said, we haven't seen him in a live game situation at all. And that's what Doug Marrone is concerned about. You know, if all of a sudden the lights come on and here comes J.J. Watt staring at you from the other side, how will you react? You just don't know until it's real.
Let's get into our next gen stat presented by AWS. James Robinson is 2nd in the NFL among rookies in rushing yards. He's rushed for 481 yards. That's second only to the Chiefs rookie, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's also scored 4 rushing touchdowns and 2 scores as well. What's made him so hard to defend? An undrafted running back usually doesn't see this type of success that he has. And even though the Jags have been losing, it seems like Robinson's been doing some nice things for that offense.
You know, I don't remember many times where he's lost yardage. You know, he always is at the line of scrimmage and then forward. And he's decisive in the way he runs, too. There's no pitter-patting of the feet back there and indecisiveness. He finds a hole. He makes one cut. He goes downhill. He's not afraid to get physical if he needs to on the second level. And that's gone pretty well for him this year. So that's really been why he's been so successful. His decisiveness, his ability to cut, physicality. I don't know if he has the home run from 40 to 60 yards for a touchdown type of speed down the field, but if you need anywhere between 5 and 15, that can keep an offense moving in the NFL. That's what he's done.
All right, good stuff, JP. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Cannot believe this is already our 2nd meeting of the season, so we'll talk soon. Thanks so much for the time, as always.
Always great to visit with you, Deepi, and we'll catch you next time.
And the Houston Texans are on the road, but they'll be back at NRG Stadium in just a few weeks when they host the Patriots on November 22nd. That's always a fun matchup, and if you want tickets, be sure to check out Ticketmaster.com/Texans so you can come and watch the Texans in person. Coming up, we enter the Deep Slant. That's next on Texans 360.
5. Deshaun Watson is a perfect 5-0 as a starter against Jacksonville. He's guided the Texans to victory against the Jags in Houston, London, and Jacksonville, where they'll play on Sunday. 6. Watson has thrown 6 touchdown passes of 24 yards or longer in 2020. 5 different players have caught one of those scoring strikes. 24. Houston has 24 wins all time against the Jaguars. That's the most versus any franchise in Texans history. Riding a 5-game win streak, a victory on Sunday would give Houston a sweep of the season series for the 8th time in the last 10 years. I'm Drew Doherty, and this is By the Numbers, presented by FedEx.
Welcome back to Texans 360. It's that time of show. I always get a chance to catch up with a Houston Texans player every single week for a very special one-on-one. We talk a little bit about football, life, social media. And so let's get right into it. Let's enter the Deep Slant. Everyone knows your story about the 12th man. Maybe you're sick of talking about it. I'm never sick of hearing about it. It's such a great story. And I think a lot of people need to know that you are now an Emmy winner because the documentary Gilly won a Lone Star Emmy Award. Congratulations, first and foremost.
I mean, sure, you can claim that I won an Emmy. I don't think I did too much. I think the Emmy definitely goes to Texas Film Works and Texags as well. And then one of the main producers in Clay Taylor. He worked with me every day. Really was kind of like his project baby. I knew he was going to do a good job with it. My story was in his hands. I was really excited to see the finished product, and it honestly turned out better than I could imagine. And now I guess I can add that to my resume. I am an Emmy Award winner. But again, it wasn't me. I wasn't acting. I was just kind of up there talking on screen. Really kind of did a lot of the interviews leading up to the draft, and then they were there at the draft, which is, your typical 7th round pick or possible free agent doesn't normally have cameras and all types of stuff going on at the party. So it was a little different, but in the end, I'm glad they were there to document it all. It was a great day, and I'm glad that they got to capture it all. And it's great that other people are watching it, but just for me, to show my future family one day, this is what I did, or hopefully I'm not still living in the past, but maybe, I can show them.
Yeah, like they said in the documentary, there's more chapters to be written in the story, hopefully. So
hopefully a lot.
Hopefully a lot.
Many
Hopefully it's a really thick book. But anyway,
Exactly.
Congrats on the Emmy. You can see it. It's called Gilly. I believe it's on TexAgs.com. And best of luck to you, Cullen, for the rest of the 2020 season. Always a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure as well.
Well, you went to West Georgia and you majored in accounting.
Yep.
Did you ever think, you know what, I might have to, if the football thing doesn't work out, I might have to go back and be an accountant or something?
No.
Did you ever think what was going to happen if football didn't work out for you?
I was in an interview at Northwestern Mutual for a salesman job when I got the call from like an NFL scout about they wanted to come see me work out for a few teams. And literally, as I'm walking out of the interview, I get a call from a random number, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to come perform for these couple teams." And I'm literally like, oh my God, I might got a chance. So
how happy would you have been if you never got the NFL call, but you had taken the job? Do you think you would have looked back and thought, I wish it would have gone through? Would you have not looked back? You seem like such a happy-go-lucky guy. I feel like maybe you would have been like.
It's crazy because I love football so much. So literally in that interview, I'm like kind of like watching, because I'm inside the office, I'm watching all the people around, kind of like what they're doing. I'm seeing all these cubicles. And I'm literally slowly and steadily accepting oh my gosh, it's over with. The fun life is over with. Just going through my head I guess it's all over. And then I get that call.
And that was that was the end of the sales career for now.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe way later in the future. Well, we've definitely taken notice. Tyrell Adams, number 50 out on the field. Making a name for himself this year in 2020. Tyrell, best of luck for the rest of the season. And you know what? I'm really glad that you did not take that job at Northwestern Mutual.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Thanks, Tyrell. Well, you've been here the whole time Romeo Crennel's been here. He's served so many different roles. He's been defensive coordinator. He's been associate head coach. He's been assistant head coach with emphasis on defense. And now he's serving as interim head coach. So how is he different from how he was when he was defensive coordinator? I know you know Rack so well.
I don't think there's really much of a difference. The only difference is now he's overseeing the offense as well, too. So he's not really too heavily focused on defense, even though he's a defensive coach. He comes in every day with the same juice and gets us all pumped up for practice. Rack, he's hilarious. He is definitely hilarious. Sometimes he say things that I don't even think he knows that what he's saying. It's just football terminology. That's it, literally. And then, of course, in a room full of guys, we're always going to take it the wrong way or whatever. So.
All right, good stuff. Whitney Merciless on the Deep Slant 101 presented by Xfinity. Coming up, catch the latest episode of Puro Texans. That's next on Texans 360. Welcome back to the show. So glad you could join us. The holidays are right around the season, and if you're looking for a gift, Jamie Roots, Houston Texans team president's got a book coming out soon, The Winning Game Plan. It's available November 10th. You can get on Amazon. It's got lots of great stories and really tells Jamie's story about how the Texans became the winning organization they are on the business side, especially speaking. So be sure to check that out. And you know what? Jamie's all about creating raving fans. How about these fans? They are raving all over the place. It's our latest episode of Puro Texans. Take a look.
Puro Texans.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jessica.
Puro Texans!
Hola Texans fans y bienvenidos a otro episodio de Puro Texans presented by Verizon. Puro Texans is all about spotlighting inspiring Latino Texans fans throughout the community. And today we're featuring Campeón de la Comunidad 2020 winner Maria Agrede, a proud Latina who's done some amazing work for the Latino community throughout Houston. This award honors an outstanding leader in the Latino community who is making a positive impact on the city of Houston through service and dedication to a local nonprofit.
I actually moved to the States when I was 17, and one of the first things we did was go to a Texans game, and I had no idea what football was, to be honest with you. So I've actually grown up in the United States learning how football works from the Texans.
In Maria's honor, the Texans and Miller Lite awarded a $20,000 grant to Avenue, a local nonprofit where she does incredible work as a director of community initiatives. What were your thoughts when you found out that you won this and you were nominated?
I didn't know I was nominated. I nominated leaders from the community. I asked my team to nominate leaders from the community. And then my sister ended up nominating me. So when Adrian called me, I swore it was about one of our community leaders. And so I was like, tell me who is it? I'll call them. And she's like, you've won. And I'm pretty sure I cried. You do this work because you love people, not because you are looking for any recognition, and getting it just kind of like, makes your heart very happy. So yeah, I was just really surprised and proud and just really grateful. We started out in this community when it was really not cohesive, not every organization talking to each other. The schools were kind of operating in silos, and we were able to come in, and what we say is we tried to reweave the social fabric of the community. So it's been amazing to see how the community has changed from being disconnected and having a lack of resources to now being incredibly connected, everybody relying on each other and counting on each other.
Well, I am super excited to be a part of today's event. In what ways can I help out?
Come on, let's go pass some stuff out.
All right, vámonos.
So today what we're gonna have is families are gonna get groceries, and I mean a serious amount of groceries first. Then they're gonna get a lot of good Texans goodies. And then they're going to be getting resources from a lot of our partners. So Metro has free Metro passes, and that's so that anybody can go out and vote. We have our council member who's going to be giving them voting signs. We've got the Pelton with his resources. Our work focuses on poder, and poder in Spanish means two things. It means power, but also the ability to do something. We want to create and build that access to power. People have power, and they need to know they have the power to change their circumstances and power themselves.
That's really the whole focus of the Campeón de la Comunidad programs, is to honor leaders in the Latino community. And what's most important is that all those nominations come from the community. It's the community saying these are the leaders we believe should be honored. And that's what part of this celebration here today is.
Thank you so much, Texans and Miller Lite. I cannot believe I'm seeing this in our community. This is amazing. We've done a couple of resource events before, but never quite like this. Never with the Texans with us and with this amount of just excitement and pom-poms and signs. So it's really beautiful. I'm a Latino woman, and I love Latino culture. I love our people, and they've really become part of my life, and I've become a part of theirs, and it's just beautiful to see.
Muchas gracias for sharing your Puro Texans story and letting us be a part of this amazing event. I can't wait to see all of the families that you help with this grant. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and remember, Puro Texans!
Running of the Bulls goes virtual. Find out how next on Texans 360. It's the final segment of Texans 360. The show rolls on, and you know what? We've got some great community events that we're always doing every single year. The pandemic has not slowed us down. It's certainly not slowed down Running of the Bulls, a great tradition for the Houston Texans. This year, it goes virtual.
Hey Texans fans, it's HTC Shakia.
I'm HTC Imani.
It's HTC Taylor, and today I am running the 2020 virtual Running of the Bulls 5K, presented by HEB.
Normally we get to do this race with thousands of fans at NRG Stadium, but this year we're going virtual.
Which means you can run anywhere or anytime between November 1st and November 8th.
And you know what else? Every time someone registers, all the proceeds go to the Houston Texans Foundation
to help children in Houston.
Since it's my race,
my course,
my way, I think I'll run my 5K on the treadmill.
Here at the track.
At Herman Park. Let's get started.
I'm all ready to go, and I've got my race day swag. I've got my 2020 t-shirt,
finisher's medal for when I'm done with the race, and I even got this custom bib.
I just finished my 5K. And remember, it's not how fast you run, it's about having fun.
Thanks for joining me today, and make sure you register too.
Just running this 5K makes a difference in the life of a child here in Houston. So register now.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
That's going to do it for Texans 360. Hope you enjoyed this show. Be sure to get your tickets in a couple of weeks when the Texans host the Patriots. And you know what? Let's all cheer for a win for the Texans as they go up against the Jaguars this week. Special thanks to everyone who worked on this show, Tyler Sutter, Tyler Marcotte, and all of you out there watching. Stay safe, wear a mask, and as always, go Texans.
We got 9 more weeks to give everything that we got.
You get your heart. Lay your heart out for your brother.
This is why we walk in the building and get up every day to have fun, win games, and be great.
He's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Pushing everyone towards that goal and that task, and we'll see what happens.
It's the family, bro. Have your brother's back, and let's go win, man.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.